Hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of Tricks and Traps in Chess. Hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to look at a trap known as the fishing pole trap. It starts off when white plays e4, black plays e5, white plays knight f3, black plays knight c6, white plays bishop b5. Now this opening is known as the Ruy Lopez. It's one of the oldest openings that's ever been played. Black now plays knight f6. Now this looks like it's going for a Berlin defense for black. White castles, which is the best move, but now black plays this sneaky little move, knight g4, and this is the start of the fishing pole trap. Now what is the idea behind moving the knight here for a second time just like that? Well, the idea is we want white to play their pawn to h6, and this move, pawn to h6, is very tempting because your opponent's just put his piece in your territory, and you don't want to let your opponent's pieces in your territory. They're up to no good here. Okay, so this is a very tempting move. So white plays h3. Now, instead of moving his knight away, which makes sense, because how much is a knight worth? A knight is worth 3, and a pawn is worth 1. So if we get to capture, we're going to gain 3 points, and only lose 1 point. So you'd think the knight would move away, but black plays this sneaky little move, h5. Now what is the idea behind this? Well, the idea is, when the pawn captures the knight, which it does, this is the whole point of the trap, black recaptures on g4 with his pawn. Now he's opened up this line for his rook to the white king. That's already one very dangerous thing. He also has access to this line with his queen, which can also come down here. The pawn is also threatening the knight. So this is all very dangerous for white. Now again, how much is a knight worth? A knight is worth 3. A pawn is worth 1. The pawn is attacking this knight, so the knight needs to move away. So let's say, for example, the knight moves to e1. Now the queen comes in. Queen to h4. Now black is threatening checkmate on h2, and black is threatening checkmate on h1. Very difficult to stop both. But let's see. White tries f3. The idea is he's opened a little door here for his king. So if the queen comes down immediately to that square or that square, the king will be able to run to the square. But black just plays g3, closing the door. Now there's no escape for this king. White can play any move he likes. Let's say, for example, he takes the knight. Yeah, he's gained a knight, except for one problem. Black has got checkmate. He can either play queen h1 checkmate, or he can play queen h2 checkmate. And that's the fishing pole trap. Now, knight g4 is not a great move. So if your opponent doesn't fall into this trap, black's still not going to have a great position. Okay, because like, what is this knight actually doing here? It's not doing much. So a better way to try this trap is in the following variation. It's also in the Ruy Lopez. White plays e4, black plays e5, white plays knight f3, black plays knight c6, white plays bishop b5, and now black plays a6. Now this is the normal move in the Ruy Lopez. After a6, white goes with bishop takes knight, d takes c6. Now here it looks like white could just capture this pawn. but if he does, black will simply win his pawn back by moving the queen to d4, threatening the knight and the pawn. When the knight moves away, the queen will take the pawn check, or regain our pawn, and the position is level. So what white normally does after d takes c6 is he castles. When he castles, black plays bishop g4. Now the best move for white is h3. Now let me give you guys a second. Can you see what black's clever little move is here? You've got it. h5. Again with the same idea. Now here it's a lot better than the knight g4 idea, because even if white doesn't capture this bishop, we're exerting pressure on this knight by pinning it to the queen, which will make the move d4 very difficult. And that is a move white would like to play, because he needs to get his bishop out, and also he wants to try and attack our center. So let's just quickly have a look once again what happens if white does capture the bishop. Black would recapture, threatening the knight. The knight could take on e5 even here. After the knight takes on e5, in comes the queen, threatening checkmate on h2 and h1 yet again. White could try something like f4, again making space on the square over here. Black just closes the door, and now white's got big problems. He could even give away his queen. That's probably his only last little try. Queen takes, and now again he can play any move he wants. Let's say for example knight there, and now the queen could come either there or there, checkmate. And that's the fishing pole trap. I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. If you did, please like and subscribe. I hope you catch some unsuspecting opponents with these traps and tricks. Till the next lesson. Thank you. Cheers.